Hi guys, Rafter here. I hope that you are having an awesome 2021 as always. This video will be divided into two parts. The first part is the recap for the games for my playoff run, and the second part is my god mode / tryhard mode Rafter gameplay for the open rounds of the seasonal tournament. So if you want to skip to the Ashe Noxus gameplay, I will put the timestamps in the description below. But I'll start off with showing you my results and my games from the playoffs of the seasonal. So the playoffs just finished a few hours ago, and I lost again at top 32. I lost 0-2, and definitely feels bad to keep losing and losing in the top 32 in the top 16 of the playoffs of the seasonal tournament. But this season in particular, this is the seasonal tournament that I have no regrets. I was very happy with the lineup and the decks that I brought, and I was very happy with the way I played. I think I lost because of factors that were not within my control anymore. And just to give you a quick run through of my lineup, I brought a triple Freljord lineup with Ashe Leblanc, with Shunpo, Taliyah, Lissandra, Thralls, and Teemo Sejuani. I switched out the Teemo Ezreal for the Teemo Sejuani because in my experience, the Teemo Sejuani version is a bit better into the Nasus Thresh lineup while still maintaining the good matchups against dragons. Overall, I have zero regrets bringing these three decks because they are all fun to play in my opinion. They didn't use any of the meta decks, and I personally believe that this is the best lineup to bring for the meta right now. Just to give you an idea, the strategy of this lineup is 1. To ban out Ezreal, yeah? You ban out Draven, and you ban out any type of aggro decks. 2. This lineup hard targets dragons, you hard target Overwhelm, and you hard target any Demacia decks. And 3, since these are all Freljord decks, you also soft target Nasus Thresh. The only way that you lose to Nasus Thresh is that if they get a super hyper aggro start, but otherwise you should win. And 4, you want to go even against TLC. I think the way that I built the lineup was perfect for the meta. Obviously, every lineup will have decks that they want to ban. They have scare lineups, but I think this is the best lineup to go for. I have no regrets that I brought this. So that's it for the lineup theory. I'm planning to make a Runeterra University episode on how to create tournament lineups, so watch out for that in the near future. So let's go ahead to the first match where I lost 0-2. I was facing one of my scare lineups. If you remember the list of lineups that I wanted to ban, it was Azir, it was Ezreal, Draven, and any type of aggro deck. And my opponent was to bring Ezreal, Draven, Azir, Darius aggro together with Nasus Thresh. So I decided to ban Azir aggro here because none of my decks have a chance of winning against Azir aggro. The direct damage to the Nexus is just too much. He will most likely ban my only deck that has healing, which is Lissandra, Taliyah, Thralls, because Lissandra, Taliyah, Thralls has a chance to high roll against any of these three decks. So I'm expecting to play only my Foundry and my Ashe Leblanc. These two decks do not stand a chance against Azir Burn, so I banned that out. I will let Ezreal Draven win. My decks have a chance to win against Ezreal Draven, but it's very low. Ezreal Draven is considered as a counter to both Teemo, Foundry, and Ashe Noxus. So I let the Ezreal Draven win, which means he can't use Ezreal Draven anymore. Once it wins, I ban out the Azir Darius deck, and I'm faced with Thresh Nasus, which I have a slightly favorable matchup against. So I just have to not let Thresh Nasus win. And so here is how the games went. This is going to be actually a review of my game. Generally, I am very happy with the way that I played. I think I made the correct plays throughout the game. So the game starts. My opponent has Ezreal Draven. I have Teemo Sejuani. The way that the Teemo Sejuani deck wins here is by trying to chip down early game damage, hopefully with Teemo or your 2-drops with like Veteran Investigator. You capitalize on open attacks and hopefully burn them out with your Ezreal, but the chances are still very low. This is a losing matchup for me. But I can still win. Of course, I won't surrender immediately. So the first game starts actually. Let's move forward a bit. So I have the turn 2 Teemo, which I tried to attack, and he killed it with the Brittle Steel. Okay, nothing much I can do about that. So on turn 3, he summons a Thorn of the Rose, which will be easily blocked by my Avaros and Sentry here. So he just passes because he doesn't want to trade my 5-1 into the 2-1. Here, I threaten an open attack with my Averroes and Sentry, because if he blocks with the Thorn of the Rose, that's fine for me. This passing the initiative. I don't have any other units to summon at this point in the game. He ends the round thinking that he wants me to develop first. He will burn my mana, but I just pass there because I have nothing to play anyway. So he passes, and that's also fine for me because if he's not developing any units on board, that's very good for me. He's not burning my enemy Nexus down yet. I'm still at 20 HP. Yeah, so turn 5 goes. What happens here is that he summons a Sentry. He stuns my Sentry. He summons the Arachnoid Sentry to stun my Averroes and Sentry. He attacks with 2. I just passed there. I didn't need to do anything because I had the 2 Mystic Shots to get rid of his aggression. So Ezreal Draven has no answer to those. So very nice. I'm able to stave off the aggression here. I drew my Veteran Investigator, but I went for the open attack because I want to inflict some cheap damage and as well as activate a Sejuani proc. Unfortunately, he has the answer to the Sentry. I didn't want to develop my Veteran Investigator there because he could have summoned any unit that could block my Veteran Investigator and I might not be able to attack at all. For example, if he summoned something like a Arachnoid Sentry, I would lose an opportunity to deal some damage there. Then I draw a Puffcap Peddler, which I immediately summoned. He ends the turn here. He's probably thinking about stunning the Sentry into a Ravenous Flock. So at turn 7, he uses Culling Strike on my Puffcap Peddler, which of course I will save with Fury of the North. If I use Fury of the North, he doesn't have an answer here. I activate 2 spell triggers on my Puffcap Peddler, and the Culling Strike will fizzle away. He goes ahead and summons the Ballistic Boat. I summon the Averroes and Sentry. If he goes for the attack, I have the option to Brittle Steel. If he develops further, I have Get Excited. I was generally feeling good here, but remember that he always has the threat of the Tri-Beam, which is a huge tempo swing in my favor. As of now, I am not yet developing I have not yet developed my setup. I am nowhere near leveling up Sejuani. I have not shuffled enough Puffcaps yet because my Teemo died. I went for the open attack because I didn't want to summon my Teemo. Summoning the Teemo would put the Averroes and Sentry and Teemo both at 1 HP, and that will be very vulnerable to a Static Shock. So I did not want to give him a value Static Shock. Instead, I went for the open attack. Because I had the Brittle Steel. If he defends with Thorn of the Rose, I could just Brittle Steel that one. And I get to inflict 3 damage. I don't mind losing the Averroes and Sentry here because I get the draw and it will be safe to, not really safe, but it will be okay to summon Teemo now because he wouldn't get that much value out of the Static Shock compared to if I summon Teemo. I used up my turn to summon Teemo. He will just Static Shock there, getting 2 free kills on the Teemo and the Averroes and Sentry. He actually goes for the Get Excited on the Puffcap Peddler. I was thinking here if I should use Fury of the North in order to save the Puffcap Peddler. However, upon looking at his mana, he still has 8 mana. And I was anticipating here a Captain Faron. If I will use the 3 Sisters into Fury of the North, I will lose the ability to kill the Captain Faron, and a Captain Faron attack on the next turn will be very hard to deal with for me. I would have to spend multiple cards just to stop the damage from the Captain Faron from coming through. So here I just opted to let the Puffcap Peddler die from the Get Excited so that I would have enough mana to deal with a Captain Faron if ever that he brings it out. And I think I passed here automatically because if he passes back, that's fine for me. He uses up his turn 8. He doesn't develop anything. If he opens attack, I still have a Mystic Shot. I have Get Excited. I have the Veteran Investigator into a block. So it's not a very scary open attack. So I just went ahead and passed. And voila, he drops the Captain Faron there. My read was correct. I summoned the Teemo just to spend some mana, and I used Thermo Beam. However, he also used his 0-cost Thermo Beam, so that's a read that he has an Ezreal in hand. He's planning to level it up, and now I go for the Thermo Beam to kill the Captain Faron. I think it was the correct play from my side not to save the Puffcap Peddler earlier. Instead, just kill the Captain Furon with the Thermo Beam, and I still have the 3 Sisters as a backup. Now it's turn 9. I think this is where things will start getting dicey. As you can see in my hand, it's not the best hand. I have double Get Excited, together with 1 3 Sisters, 1 Brittle Steel, and 1 Mystic Shot. Obviously, the Mystic Shot will be able to get rid of the Thorn of the Rose. Brittle Steel will also deal with the Thorn of the Rose. He goes ahead and goes for a Tri-Beam for 5 damage on the Teemo. So that's 1 less blocker for me and 1 more unit for him just from 1 action. That's the power of the Tri-Beam there. I'm still at 9 HP, so relatively I'm still healthy. But the thing with Ezreal Draven is that they can dish out a lot of damage in a single turn. And he goes ahead and summons the Ezreal. I don't have a good way at all to deal with this board. Unfortunately, the Mystic Shot and Get Excited won't be enough to kill the Ezreal because the Ezreal is at 4 HP right now. It was a very heads-up play by Busy Sleeping, my opponent, to use the 0-cost Thermo Beam there just to level up the Ezreal in order to make sure that it is leveled up by the time that it goes down. There, I used the Sad Poro because I had no way of dealing with this. I was forced to spend a lot of resources here unnecessarily. Not really unnecessarily. I was forced to spend resources inefficiently in order to deal with his board. I cannot let the Ezreal hit me for 2 because that would just mean a Mystic Shot and then the burn damage will keep coming. So I'm forced to use Get Excited plus Mystic Shot just to get rid of the Ezreal. And cherry on top, he uses Mystic Shot to kill my Veteran Investigator, which means I don't get rid of the Thorn of the Rose. And I drew another 3 Sisters. That's all she wrote. There's really nothing much I can do here. And I surrendered the first game, but that's fine. I now have to face the Nasus Thresh deck, which I should not let it win. Both of my decks are slightly favored against Nasus Thresh because of the presence of the Frostbites. I chose to go with my Teemo Foundry first. It doesn't really matter which deck I choose to go here because I have to beat Nasus Thresh twice anyway. So I chose to go with my Teemo Foundry, and generally the Teemo Foundry deck will win here unless the opponent gets a super aggro start. And let's see how the game goes. This is an easy mulligan for me. I mulligan away everything. Usually I would want my units here. I get a pretty nice defensive hand here. I have the Ice Veil Archer and the Avarosan Sentry, which can serve as blockers in the early game. He summons the Bakai Reaper, which will deal 1 damage immediately to my face on turn 1. And on turn 2, I can choose to develop here the Avarosan Sentry. There's no need to develop the Ice Veil Archer because I'd rather use it on my opponent's attacking turn. He summons a Cursed Keeper, and right now I'm getting scared. There might be a sick combo coming soon, and his option right now is either to go Ravenous Butcher or Wings and Wave. Those are the scare options, and obviously he goes for Wings and Wave. However, I'm still okay with this because I have the Ice Veil Archer in hand. I will be able to stop his aggression this turn. I choose to freeze the 3-3 from the Wings and Wave because I want him to attack with the 4-3 or the 2-2. Both the 4-3 and the 2-2 would be favorable trades if I block with the Avarosan Sentry. So that's why I chose to freeze that way. So he just passes here. Oh, hold on. No, he doesn't pass. He summons another Cursed Keeper and just passes the turn. He doesn't want to attack with a frozen unit. So turn 4 goes. I think I just pass here. Yeah, I just pass because I have nothing to do. He goes with a Spirit Leech. He pops his other Curse Keeper, and now he has a very wide board. But I still have ways to deal with it. I have a Brittle Steel in hand, so I chose to threaten it here with my with my Ice Veil Archer. If he doesn't block, good, I get a proc on Sejuani. If he blocks, I get to kill one of his units because I have the Brittle Steel, so I think it was the right decision for me to attack there. I had everything to gain from that attack. Either I get the proc on the Sejuani or I get rid of one of his units. And now I am considering using Get Excited on one of his units. And I certainly did. I did not want him to go wide. I was anticipating that I had to use the Thermogenic Beam on turn 5 if he uses a Thresh. So if he uses the Thresh next turn, I would use all of my mana to cast the Thermogenic Beam, which means I won't be able to use the I think I need to explain this better. So my thought process here was that turn 5, he was going to summon the Thresh, which means I need to Thermo Beam it for 6 mana. However, if I don't use my Get Excited here, I would use all 8 of my mana next turn in order to kill the Thresh, which means I won't be able to use Get Excited during the attack round. So I just opted to use my mana efficiently now. I got rid of one of his units, so that if he uses the Thresh, I have 7 mana, which I don't mind spending everything to kill the Thresh. Let's see what he does. However, he summons here another Cursed Keeper, and I think he pops it with a Ravenous Butcher. And then he finishes it off with a Merciless Hunter. So my opponent in this game had a very strong aggro hand. Imagine, he drew all 3 Cursed Keepers, and he had activators for all of them. On turn 3, he used Wings and Wave to kill the Cursed Keeper. On turn 4, I think he used Spirit Leech to kill the second Cursed Keeper, which I was able to get rid of 1 Escape Abomination and 1 Spirit Leech. And on turn 5, he had another Cursed Keeper together with Ravenous Butcher. And cherry on top, he also had the Merciless Hunter here. So my opponent had a very strong aggro hand, which I hated to see, because this is one of the few ways that Ezreal Teemo loses. There's really nothing much I can do here. I could try to prevent a bit of damage with the Troll Chant, which I did, but I was still left, I think, at 2 HP or 4 HP here. Yeah, I was still left at 4 HP. I didn't want to be left at 3 HP. And at this point, that's all she wrote. My Sejuani is nowhere near leveling up. He summons a Nasus. I use a Thermo Beam to get rid of another unit. However, this is a very juicy attack for him. I try to Flash Freeze the Nasus and kill the 4-1 with my Mystic Shot. I survive at 1 HP. He just goes wide again. Yeah, he goes super wide once again. My opponent refills his board. I sacrificed my Sejuani there because I had another Sejuani in hand. My first Sejuani was made vulnerable with the Merciless Hunter. Yeah, there was nothing much I can do here. I think I made the best out of the options that I had. He just goes for the open attack here. Well played for him. He had the aggro hand. I think he played all the units in the right order. It really feels bad. It feels bad. Yeah. It just feels bad. It felt really bad right after the tournament, because I really loved my lineup, and the fact that I get bounced out of the first 2 rounds in every seasonal tournament, it's starting to take a toll on me. But I have no regrets at all. I'm still happy that this is the lineup that I brought. I have no regrets. I think this is still the best lineup for the meta. It's just that I faced the scared decks that I didn't want to face in the first round. And it also helped that after seeing the decks from other players in top 16, top 8, top 4, there were lots of them who brought Overwhelm, Dragons, the decks that I targeted. It was just really unfortunate that I matched up with my Scare lineup. Who knows if I face one of those opponents that brought Dragons, that brought Overwhelm, that brought Demacia decks, maybe I could have gone farther in the tournament, because those were my target decks. Unfortunately, the tournament is single elimination. You lose the first match, you don't get another chance, and that's just how it goes. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't think I really lost because of my misplays. I think I did the best with the cards that were offered to me. Yeah, it's just sometimes there are bad matchups, and sometimes even in favored matchups. For example, the Teemo Foundry versus the Nasus Thresh. It's a card game. Your opponent still has a chance to win, no matter what. He got the aggro draw that he needed. He played the right cards in the correct order perfectly. I think I played almost perfectly too, but at that point there was nothing else I could do. And for now, I'm just looking forward to the new expansion, to the new balance patch, to the new cards that will be hitting us on June 30, I think. I'm very excited to create more content, more decks, more climbing guide for you guys. For now, I still feel really down about the seasonal tournament, but I probably will get over it tomorrow. Usually, I just need 1 good night's sleep and all my problems go away in terms of my mindset, but for now, it still really hurts, man. It hurts to get knocked out early in every seasonal tournament that I participate in. But for this one, I have no regrets. I feel bad, but I have no regrets. I think I did my best. I think that was peak Runeterra and tryhard Runeterra that was playing out there. Just sometimes you get really unlucky. Yeah, you don't lose, you learn. That's what I used to say. So I should just take this and learn from it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop being sad. The gameplay video will be coming next. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, a random or non-random comment for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're not yet subscribed, make sure that you're subscribed. I hope that you have a nice day. I hope you enjoy the games. I hope that you're having an awesome 2021. Bye-bye. Hey, we're up against dragons first. I have my pool party board unlocked so that I'll be able to relax. So I'm keeping Ashe here. I really like Ashe in the Dragons matchup. Then I mulligan away everything else. I will look at his turns all the time. So we have Brittle Seal and Ashe. Pretty good. We just need at least one early game unit. Hopefully we get an Avaros and Trapper. Okay, we have the Leblanc. And then if he goes for a challenger, I can protect my Leblanc with Troll Chanter and Brittle Steel.
Time to make an appearance.
I have 3 mana bank, enough for Brittle Steel and Troll Chant, so I'm pretty happy like this. For turn 3, he could drop down either a Lord Protege or a Dragon Guard Lieutenant, both of which I'm fine if he does that. Can't really. Should I block here? What if he sharp sights and hushes? Eh? Not taking that.
Faster than my arrows?
So whatever unit he brings down, he must commit something else if he wants to go. Okay. If I go for Troll Chant, he can respond with Hush or single combat. It will be down to 2 HP, then he could go for a... it will be down to 2 power, then he could go for a single combat on the Leblanc. So it might actually be better to go for Flash Freeze here. He no longer has any respond to that. Yeah, I think I need to work hard to protect my Leblanc. He doesn't have a response to this. Screeching Dragon. I could go either for the draw or the Troll Chant. I think I prefer keeping mana up. Now he could go for single combat or Hush. Yeah. So with that, I feel like what I did last turn was a big misplay. Seems like a weird play from my side. But the thing is, this is now vulnerable to Brittle Steel. I think I'd like to just use Trifarian Assessor now to get some more draw. For turn 6, we could do a Solaris and Forger, which I would be fine with. Yeah, let's get some draw.
What a treat.
Losing the Ashe there was bad, but it's still good. Eh?
The dragon's rage claws to get out.
It's fine. So if I want to keep up 6 mana plus 3 mana, if I want to keep up Harsh Winds plus Beetle Steel, I can't summon the Trapper yet. We can go for the Trifarian Glory Seeker so that we have 7 mana up. Super interesting. I don't think I care if the Trifarian Assessor dies. I think I'm going for the Harsh Winds on the Shyvana and the Screeching Dragon. Because if I go Harsh Winds on these two, he will be able to use single combat with Shyvana. Yeah, I don't mind trading the Assessor for the Dragon Guard Lieutenant. Yeah, cool. Now he has to hush his own unit. Losing the Ashe in the early game was huge loss for me. So he could Eclipse Dragon here. I'm gonna Whisper Word first, see what I draw. Oh, that's pretty nice.
Smoke and mirrors. Surprise. Face me.
He already used 2 Sharp Sight. Okay.
Remember me.
Oh, if you're not gonna do anything, I don't give a shit. If he goes for Asol, it's fucking fine. I have to remember there's a tournament timer. I think I want to Shunpo this turn. So if I Shunpo, I will have 7 mana left.
Dragon blood, Demacian heart.
Oh, it's a GG.
Suffer my fury.
I have enough mana to mirror image Shunpo and Sigil of Malice.
Seeing double.
GG.
Another rose for the god.
So I had some misplays early game with Ashe, just to steal the win. Oh. Gonna go for the Nasus Thresh first. Okay. I'm gonna do a full mull. Because I want my early defenders. Avaros and Trapper is good. We have 1 freeze with Ashe. Hopefully he doesn't get an explosive turn 1. If the Nasus Thresh goes through my lineup, I'm fucked. Nice, he doesn't get the turn 1 Bakai Reaper. That's big. Now, please don't. Okay. That's fine.
The desert by my side.
Okay. Still manageable. Still manageable. Gotcha. For 2 mana, he can Vile Feast, so I don't really want to lose my defender here. He doesn't have Blighted Caretaker. That's good. What blocker do I want to eliminate? I think I just want to enrage Yet here. Such a weird attack. He doesn't have Withering Wail. I would like to Whispered Words. I'm still representing Troll Chant. Nice. And now we can start the value. Value Town. Oh, I have to go first before Thresh comes down. Yeah, I have to take trades before Thresh goes down. I like pre-committing the troll chant here. Very fine. We're gonna be safe from Black Spear. We're vulnerable to Black Spear plus a Vile Feast, but if he does that, it's okay. Hearthguard is super good. We're still very ahead for now. I think I don't want the Spirit Leech to attack. I can still pass here. That's okay. Vile Feast will fuck me up. Two for one. Okay, those can't block, sir. I have a backup flash freeze. Okay. Burning 6 mana, it's fine. Oh, but it's still so good.
Only the finest serve.
Okay. He could use right, but I don't think it matters at that point. Oh, it's fine.
I need just a moment.
He should be GG next turn. So go with Leblanc first, because he has 4 blockers. I think he still loses it. No, he can block with... and the rest can attack. I think it's over. For 3 mana, he hasn't killed any unit. He could Vile Feast the Yeti. Yeah. Let's go for it. No, let me attack, let me attack, let me attack. Please, 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 please. Okay, good, 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 good. Hoy!
What a treat. For glory, face me. Surprised to see me.
He can survive by blocking with 1 and then Vile Feast on the Yeti. It's the only way he survives. Okay. Great.
I am everywhere.
Fucking animation, man. Making me scared for the timer.
Another rose for the garden.
Yeah, of course, you always go as Draven. keeping Omen Hawk, mulligan everything else. Not too stoked with this hand. Not too stoked. Reckoning could be a huge deal. Oh, 1 damage to the face, guys. One damage to the damn face. Oh. Let's see. He should have a 3-drop, right? Be a fine Mystic Shot for him. This play here could be Draven. Some Dredger. You can just Mystic Shot the Fire and Glory Seeker. No problem.
I'll cut them up. You're mine.
I'll be happy with this trade.
Remember me.
As long as I'm not getting aggroed down. Look at my hand though. One of the worst hands in the history. Okay. Not bad. Bop, 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 bop. I just tanked this. I summoned the 6-6 Hearthguard. 6-6 Hearthguard is pretty good. So he only played 1 3-drop so far. Get the buff. We have the draw. He hasn't aggroed me down yet. Pretty happy about that. So Tri-Beam is at 2 damage. Okay. Ravenous Flock. Okay, I don't need to do nothing. Should I attack? This will be a lot of damage if he tries to Ravenous Flock and then I Troll Chant. If he Scourged Earth, I think it's fine. Yeah, he needs to use another Ravenous Flock or a Mystic Shot. That's a lot of damage. That's great for me. Okay. 2-cost Tri-Beam. He probably has another Tri-Beam in hand. That's a weird Tri-Beam for sure. I don't think I can... I don't think I should take that much damage.
Sharpen the blades. Kill the kill.
Good to have Thermo Beam. He only has 2 Thermo Beam though. I don't think he would have, I think if he had Thermo Beam, he would have used it last turn instead of Scorched Earth, instead of the Tri-Beam. Yeah, I don't think you have Thermo Beam.
Arrow? I think not.
Oh yes, Thermo Beam. Okay.
You know
Never mind.
the tribes.
This is a great Reckoning right now, but the Reckoning could be shut down by a lot of stuff. Namely Mystic Shot. I don't think he has used Mystic Shot yet. Wait, now, if he had Mystic Shot, wouldn't he have used it instead of Tri-Beam the previous turn? So, if I go for Reckoning right now, what can he do if he doesn't have Mystic Shot? If he had Mystic Shot, wouldn't he have used it last turn? Let's do it. I don't think you have Mystic Shot, sir. I have to take great risks here in order to win. He would have used Mystic Shot the turn earlier on the turn that he used Tri-Beam Improbulator. He's searching. He's searching. Yes, triple Mystic Shot, please. Nice. God read. The problem is now the Trifarian Assessors in my hand are dead. But I'm stopping him from the... I'm stopping the aggression from him. He hasn't dealt that much damage to me yet. That's okay, that's okay. Culling Strike will take care of the Ezreal. Fucking Omen Hawk. I need to get draws off of this Trifarian Assessor. I can't do a naked Assessor. A Captain Faron would be the scariest thing here. Oh, wait. Do I Culling Strike the Captain Faron or the Ezreal? I think it should be the Ezreal. Ezreal deals too much damage if he levels up.
No way.
That's good enough. I can get a draw off of this. One draw is enough.
I have the best job.
Few earn the right to call themselves Trifarian.
Okay. Okay. Please develop.
A true Freljordian welcome.
Places to go.
People to be. I just need to draw a unit. A cheaper unit with 5 attack.
You suck.
Hey, 7 HP.
Line up.
Fuck, that's bad. So bad.
Main event.
The Draven will be easy pickings. I could just do a single troll chant and then I will survive, right? And then the Faron will be vulnerable to Brittle Steel next round. Yeah, seems good.
The black rose blooms once more.
Draven down.
This game is super close. Fuck, that's bad.
Save the homestead.
That's bad. That's bad again. We did well though. We did well. Ah. Be greedy and develop. You're a greedy person.
I'll protect the villages.
I can't afford to take any more damage.
Useless pawn.
He will probably use Spinning Axe to kill my LeBlanc. And I can't really do much about it. I did pretty well considering the matchup. Yeah, GG. Go next. So I just have to.
Patience. Another Another day guarding the walls. The fight just isn't the same without you, Anna.
I am always here when you need me. History forgets, but the Black Rose remembers.
Look at this reality! Look how sparkly! What you doing over there?
Ready weapons!
They are nothing. I am everywhere. I am everyone.
Another lost. Took the bait. Knocked and ready. A chill in the air. I'm through waiting. Arrows at the ready.
Hi, Zoe, what's your name?
The heavens diminish without my attention. Hot on the trail. I'm through waiting. Hot on the trail.
One step closer.
The trap is set.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren. History forgets, but the Black Rose remembers. It's time. The best lies are beautiful. Or burn. Ah!
Daylight star will rule the skies.
Only the finest serve.
Descend upon them!
I need just a moment.
Our bond!
I have the best job. Hey, buddy, what you doing?
The Black Rose blooms once more! Remember me.
Draven, down. Gotcha. No more talk.
It was inevitable.
Give me the stuff! Stuff make happy! Where the trash?
Patience. Blood and guts, golden glory. Fish out of water. Better than eating. Danger pays. What did we catch?
Places to go, people to be. Only the finest serve. I'll do it myself.
Vessel small, but she ain't lacking courage.
Rise from the sea! On and for high! Give me the stuff! Stuff make happy!
Yes!